Lords of the Visionary Eye by Madison Julius Cawein. I came upon a pool that shone, clear emerald-like among the hills, that meseemed all drizzles around a stone of magic that a vision thrills. And as I leaned and looked, it seemed vague shadows gathered there and here, a dream perhaps, a water dream of some wild past, some long dead year. A temple of a race unblessed rose huge within a hollow land, where on an altar bare of breast one lay a man bound foot and hand. A priest who served some hideous god stood near him on the altar's stair, clothed on with gold, and at his nod a multitude meseemed gathered there. I saw a sword descend, and when the priest before the altar turned, he was not formed like mortal man, but like a beast whose eye was burned. Amorphous, strangely old, he glared above the victim he had slain, or lay with bleeding bosom bared, from which dripped slow a crimson rain. When turned to me a face of stone, and mocked above the murdered dead, but fixed its cold eyes on his own, and cursed him with a look of dread. And when it seemed I knew the place, and how his sacrifice befell, I knew the god, the priest's white face, I knew the dead man knew him well. And as I stopped again to look, I heard the dark hills sigh and laugh, and in the pool the water shook, as if one stirred it with a staff. And all was still again and clear, the pool lay crystal as before, temple and priest were gone, the mirror closed again its magic door. A face was there, it seemed to shine, as round it died the sunset's flame, the victim's face, or was it mine? They were to me the very same. And yet could this thing be? And in my soul I seemed to know at once this was the memory of some past life, lived long ago. Recorded by some secret sense in forms that we as dreams retain, some moment as experience projects and pictures on the brain.